Peru is a country that grabs you by the senses and doesn't let go. It's a place where ancient traditions collide with modern life in the most fascinating ways. From the moment you step off the plane, you're hit with a kaleidoscope of colors, sounds, and smells that tell you you're somewhere special. The cultural fabric of Peru is woven from threads that stretch back thousands of years. The Inca Empire may be long gone, but its spirit lives on in the customs and beliefs of the people. You can see it in the way a farmer in the Andes tends his crops, using techniques passed down through generations. In Lima, world-class chefs are taking traditional ingredients and transforming them into cutting-edge cuisine. In Cusco, ancient Inca stonework forms the foundation for colonial churches and modern homes. What makes Peru truly unique is the way its diverse cultural elements come together. It's this rich tapestry of traditions that we're going to explore, peeling back the layers to reveal the heart and soul of Peru. When you think of Peru, the first thing that probably comes to mind is the Inca Empire. The Inca left an indelible mark on the country, from the awe-inspiring ruins of Machu Picchu to the intricate system of terraced fields that still dot the Andean landscape. But Peru's cultural heritage goes far beyond the Inca. It's a complex mosaic of traditions from dozens of indigenous cultures, each with its own unique customs and beliefs. Take the Quechua people, for instance. They're the largest indigenous group in Peru, and their language, the tongue of the Inca, is still spoken by millions. Spend some time in a Quechua village, and you'll see traditions that have remained largely unchanged for centuries. Women still weave intricate textiles using techniques passed down through generations. Men still make offerings to Pachamama, the Earth Mother, before planting their crops. Even in bustling cities like Cusco, you can see the past alive in the present. Walk through the streets and you might stumble upon an impromptu ceremony honoring the Apis, the mountain spirits revered by the Inca. It's this ability to adapt while staying true to core values that has allowed Peru's ancient traditions to survive and thrive in the modern world. Experience the full force of Peruvian culture by diving into its many festivals. These aren't just parties, they're explosions of color, sound, and emotion. One of the most spectacular is Inti Raymi, the Festival of the Sun, held every June in Cusco on the winter solstice. Thousands gather at Sacsayhuaman, the massive stone fortress. A man dressed as the Inca emperor raises his arms to the sky, calling on the sun god to return and bring life back to the earth. The energy in the air is electric, very much alive. In February, Puno hosts the Fiesta de la Candelaria. Thousands of dancers in elaborate masks and costumes parade through the streets. The air thrums with brass bands and stomping feet. In Catamarca, people engage in water fights in the streets. These festivals reaffirm shared identity and cultural heritage, living examples of Peru's vibrant cultural traditions. If there's one thing that really gets under your skin in Peru, it's the music. It's everywhere, pouring out of radios and taxis, echoing through mountain valleys, pulsing in city nightclubs. And it's as diverse as the country itself. You've got the haunting melodies of Andean folk music, the infectious rhythms of Afro-Peruvian beats, and everything in between. Let's start in the Andes. Here, the sound of panpipes and cuinas, Andean flutes, mingles with the strumming of charangos, small guitars. This is Huayno music, the heartbeat of the mountains. It's music that tells stories of love, of loss, of the harsh beauty of life in the highlands. But Peru's musical landscape is far more than just Andean tunes. Head to the coast and you'll encounter the infectious rhythms of Afro-Peruvian music. The star of the show is the cajon, a simple wooden box that, in the hands of a skilled player, becomes a percussion powerhouse. Add in some guitar, maybe a bit of violin, and you've got yourself a festejo, a joyous, upbeat style that's impossible not to dance to. Each region has its own distinctive styles, often tied to specific rituals or celebrations. These dances aren't just entertainment, they're a way of preserving and passing on cultural traditions, of telling stories through movement and rhythm. In Peru, textiles are more than just cloth, they're a language, a way of preserving history, of expressing identity, of connecting with the divine. Walk through any market in the country, and you'll be dazzled by the explosion of colors and patterns. But look closer, and you'll see that each piece tells a story. These aren't just pretty designs, they're a complex system of symbols and meanings, passed down through generations. The art of weaving is deeply ingrained in Peruvian culture, particularly in the Andean highlands. Here, it's not uncommon to see women walking down the street spindle in hand spinning wool as they go. It's a skill that's learned from childhood, passed from mother to daughter. The patterns and motifs used in Peruvian textiles are like a secret code. Each design has a specific meaning. For those who know how to read them, these textiles are like books, telling stories of creation myths, historical events, and spiritual beliefs. Today you'll find artisans blending traditional techniques with modern designs, creating high-end fashion pieces that incorporate ancient Inca motifs. Now, let's talk about something close to my heart: food. Peruvian cuisine is having a moment on the world stage, and for good reason. It's a cuisine that's as diverse as the country itself, a fusion of indigenous, Spanish, African, Chinese, and Japanese influences. From the ceviche of the coast to the hearty stews of the Andes, every bite is an adventure. At the heart of Peruvian cuisine are ingredients that have been cultivated in the Andes for thousands of years. We're talking about potatoes, and not just a few varieties, but thousands, each with its own unique flavor and texture. Then there's quinoa, a superfood that the Inca considered sacred. And let's not forget about corn, which comes in a dizzying array of colors and sizes. In Lima, chefs like Gaston Acurio and Virgilio Martinez are taking these traditional ingredients and transforming them into haute cuisine. They're diving deep into Peru's biodiversity, bringing ingredients from the Amazon and the high Andes to fine dining tables. It's a culinary revolution that's put Peru on the global gastronomic map. Peru is the birthplace of pisco, a grape brandy that's the key ingredient in the country's national cocktail, the pisco sour. Food in Peru isn't just sustenance, it's a cultural experience, a way of connecting with the country's rich heritage and diverse landscapes. In Peru, the line between the sacred and the everyday is often blurry. Spirituality isn't confined to churches or temples, it's woven into daily life. You see it in the small offerings of coca leaves left at mountain passes. These gestures connect the present with an ancient past. Peruvian spirituality blends indigenous beliefs with Catholic traditions. Take the festival of Koilur Riti, for example. It's a Catholic pilgrimage, honoring an image of Christ on a rock. But older beliefs are at play. The festival is near a glacier, home to the Apu Ausengate. Catholic masses occur alongside offerings to mountain spirits. When it comes to art, Peru is a country that's not afraid to push boundaries. The contemporary art scene here is vibrant and diverse, with artists drawing inspiration from Peru's rich cultural heritage while tackling modern themes and issues. It's a fascinating blend of old and new, traditional and avant-garde. In Lima, you'll find galleries showcasing everything from traditional Cusco school paintings to cutting-edge installations. Artists like Fernando de Cislo have gained international recognition for their work that blends pre-Columbian motifs with abstract expressionism. Then there's the street art scene, which has exploded in recent years. In neighborhoods like Barranco, entire buildings have been transformed into massive canvases, their walls adorned with murals that often tackle social and political issues. In Ayacucho, the retablo-making tradition continues to thrive. These intricate dioramas, originally created to house religious figures, now often depict scenes from everyday life or comment on current events. In the Amazon, indigenous artists are gaining recognition for their work, which often incorporates traditional designs and natural materials in innovative ways. Many artists are exploring themes of cultural hybridity, grappling with questions of what it means to be Peruvian in a globalized world. It's art that doesn't shy away from difficult topics, but instead uses them as a springboard for creativity and reflection. As we wrap up this whirlwind tour of Peru's cultural landscape, one thing becomes clear. This is a country where the past and present coexist in a vibrant, ever-evolving tapestry. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more. We make these videos for you. Let us know what you want to see next. Until next time.